According to dictionary.com, two of the definitions of tyranny are arbitrary or unrestrained exercise of power, despotic abuse of authority. And the other definition is a cruel or harsh act or proceeding, an arbitrary, oppressive, or tyrannical action. Think about that for a minute. So tyranny is alive and well in the United States today, especially with big tech companies. I mean, let's look at Facebook. Facebook has got to where they throttle everything. If you're a dog lover and you send out dog pictures, they know your friends who like dogs, so they're going to send that information to them. But if you have friends that are cat lovers, they're not going to receive that information. And then if you're a cat lover and you send out pictures of cats, well, the only people who are going to receive that information are cat lovers. Now, I'm being a little facetious here, but basically the same thing is true. If you're conservative and you post conservative ideas, that's only going to go to your like-minded friends. And I think we all have friends who have different views and who are not all conservative. And so, to me, it makes no sense. How can we ever get together if everything that you send out only goes to like-minded people, never goes to the people who are not like-minded? So that's just dividing us more. And to me, that's tyranny. Look at Google. Many things that you try to search on Google that are conservative, you can't find them. So they've just eliminated them. They're just not a part of the search. And then YouTube. You know, if you use a private search engine and you go to YouTube and you want to watch videos, they won't let you because they want to know who you are, who your identity is before they'll let you watch on YouTube. Makes no sense to me other than tyranny. Another thing about YouTube is overnight, about a week ago, they just eliminated dozens and dozens of conservative channels. Arbitrarily, tyrannically, just eliminated them. And we're talking about channels that have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and then all of a sudden they're gone just because they had a conservative view. And then YouTube says it's because they support conspiracies. Well, nowadays, who knows what the difference is between the truth and a conspiracy? I mean, there's so much truth that has become a conspiracy now that it's unbelievable. Everything just about, unless you're left-leaning, is a conspiracy. And so, tyranny, that's all I can say. YouTube is acting tyrannical. Twitter just shut down the New York Post investigative information on Biden and on Joe Biden and Hunter Biden. They just blocked their page, shut it down, or their Twitter account. And then Jack, and then the next couple of days or so, Jack Twitter goes to Congress and just absolutely lies to them and saying, well, we changed that within 24 hours. You can now upload whatever you want to the New York Post. Well, that's not true. Their New York Post still shut down, or at least it was a couple of days ago. And then they said, well, you can take down that old information and upload the new information. Well, you got people who are trying to upload that information about the Bidens, and they still can't upload it. So the man just bald-faced lies to Congress or to Senate. And why? Because they know they're going to get away with it. Nothing's going to be done to them. So that's why it's very important that we get involved. When something's going to get done, it's because we, the people, start demanding that it get done. So I'm telling you, call your congressman, call your senator, and tell them you're tired of this tyranny coming from these big tech companies. They need to be busted up. They need to be throttled back. The 230 section needs to be taken away from them so people can sue them when they do wrong. Get involved. If you don't get involved, we're not going to have a country to get involved with. So I'm saying that. And if you think it's just related to them, to Twitter and Facebook and Google and YouTube, it's not. It's also Pinterest. It's also PayPal, Spotify, Etsy. If you have certain conservative things that you sell on Etsy, they're banning you from selling them. TikTok, that's just to name a few. Pretty much every tech company is now a supporter of the Democratic Party. So let me give you some alternatives. Some of the other tech companies that you can go to that still believe in freedom of speech, still support your First Amendment rights. All of these companies are allowing you to put on there whatever you want to put on there. As long as it's not pornographic or something. But they support all open ideas, both conservative and socialist. And that's the way it ought to be. The marketplace should determine which ideas we love and which ones we want to reject. And I think that should be the determination of the people who watch the information. Not some big tech giant who says, well, I don't believe in that, so I'm not going to let anybody else see that. Or I'm supported by Democrats, or I am a Democrat, and I don't believe that people should see any of the truth if it's negative against someone that I'm supporting. That is tyranny. Plain and simple tyranny. And I say again, the only way it's going to stop is if we get involved and start raising holy Cain with our congressmen and our senators to where they will do something. Right now, all they do is have all of these show trials. They don't do anything for actually getting something done, for punishing those who are doing wrong. They just get on TV and Democrats talk about, y'all are doing great, we appreciate what you're doing. And the Republicans get on there and say, oh, you're doing wrong, we don't like what you're doing. And nothing ever happens. Nothing. Nobody ever gets punished for the stuff that they're doing. But it needs to change. You have got to get involved as an American citizen while you still can. You've got to call Congress. You've got to call the Senate. That is the only way it has ever worked in this country. Get involved.